My name is Shogo Hiroshi, and I'm a 25-year-old office worker. After graduating from junior high school, I was planning to enroll in the private high school I wanted to go to, but my father ran away with the money I had saved for my tuition and textbooks, and it all vanished in the blink of an eye. My mother was chronically ill and obviously found it difficult to work full-time, so I thought it would be better for me to find work instead of going to high school, so I worked multiple part-time jobs at convenience stores and family restaurants. After I became an adult, I went to a vocational training school to become more able to find a full-time job. After that, I finally got my first ever full-time job 3 years ago. But, now that the busy season is here, I have to work overtime so much more often. My boss forces way too much work onto me whenever a certain deadline's getting close, and I can't rest for shit.
Hey, Hiroshi.
Director Matsuo? How can I help you?
Do you have time to sigh, eh?
Oh, why some serious apologies, sir?
Thought I told you over and over this morning to finish this work by the designated time, but you still haven't finished?
But Manager Matsuo, this amount of work simply cannot be finished in a day. We'll never make it in time unless the work is split among the other employees.
Don't you dare blame your incompetence on the amount of time you have. Excuses are not acceptable behavior.
But I'm still working hard on the work, sir.
Damn you, boy. You're such a stickler for business, always complaining and whining. You're an embarrassment.
But some of the work I do is what you ought to do, Director Matsuo.
Eh?
It's simply far too much. I know my physical body won't if I keep going like this.
Hiroshi, so cocky despite your education halting at a mere junior high school diploma, are we?
No, sir. Perish the thought.
Get your hands moving before you get your mouth moving, maggot. Here, go ahead and process the contacts I got for us as well.
Wait a minute, please. This is just too much.
Finish it all by today. You know exactly what will happen if you don't you?
Understood, sir.
Well then, I promise to go out with dinner with my wife, so do your best.
This dickhead is Matsuo. He's my direct superior. He's a man who loudly boasts about his elite education. He makes unreasonable demands on all his subordinates, and he has the audacity to leave work at the proper time himself. Not only me, but my seniors and colleagues also despise him with a passion. Damn it! The evening's frustrating conclusion goes as me working so late at the office until the last train, and I couldn't even muster the energy to eat the food my mother made for me. I just dived into bed. To be honest, my current workplace is a black enterprise, full on. The Public Employment Security Office introduced it as a white company with good conditions and promising salaries, but in reality, it was a completely evil enterprise. Regular employees like me are overworked by our bosses, and the work environment is absolute hell. I should change jobs, shouldn't I? One morning, while walking through the station thinking about my situation, I encountered a man in his 50s arguing with someone younger.
Stop causing a ruckus in the train station!
Shut up, I'm just doing my job. I'm a YouTuber.
YouTuber?
You may not understand this because of your lack of tech savviness, old man, but I'm fairly well-known streamer despite my appearance.
Well, that doesn't mean it's right to pick up a fight with ordinary people or your abusive comments at station staff.
Oh, gas bags. Your generation have such goddamn strong sense of justice, don't ya?
I'm only speaking common sense.
On the other hand, are there any laws that say people shouldn't do that, eh?
Huh?
Which section of the Penal Code article does that load of horseshit say?
You better cool off that arrogant attitude, young man.
You're definitely the subject of my next video. Destroyed an old man who talked shit to me at the station. How about it? Hilarious, ain't it?
Yikes. Right from the head-go, I see something strange this morning. Isn't he the annoying YouTuber who is often criticized on the internet? The young man who looks to be around my age is pointing a handheld camera at an older man and filming him. The latter repeatedly demands him that he stops, but he doesn't listen to even a sound. People around the young man are also giving him unpleasant looks, but didn't try to attempt to warn him to stop directly. I guess they didn't want to be exposed on the internet. I also felt the same way. Sorry, sir. You're fighting for a good cause, but I'll leave the rest to the station staff. Sir?
My chest, it hurts.
What are you doing, old man?
Are you okay? Sir? Oh, this is terrible. Calling 119. This is an emergency.
I don't know shit. I wasn't freaking here. He suddenly started to suffer. He collapsed on his own.
Please help him, sir. He might have suddenly become ill.
Why the hell do I have to do that?
If he passes the point of no return, deny it all you want. You're an eyewitness.
Hell nah. This has nothing to do with me. If you want to be seen as a freaking hero, go on, why don't you?
This is not the time.
I'll call it a day here and edit my videos when I get home.
Hold it right. The young man puts his camera back in his bag and quickly disappeared. He's a fast runner. Got that for him at least. Sir, I asked the station staff to call an ambulance, so please be patient for a short while.
I'm sorry, son.
Sir? Sir? Damn it! This is cardiac arrest, isn't it? I have to do something before the ambulance arrives. Oh! I'm sure there was an AED here at the station. I asked someone passing by to watch over the old man, and I hurriedly ran across the station. I found an AED and proceeded to administer life-saving measures.
We've received word a man's collapsed here.
Yes, sir. Over here. I used the AED to get his heart going, but...
Thank you for your quick actions, young man.
Please, take care of the rest.
Just to be safe, could you please accompany the patient?
Yes, sir. I was definitely going to be late. I called my workplace, explained the situation, and got an ambulance and headed to the hospital. The man was taken to the operating room, and when the treatment began, I handed the doctor and the head nurse a note with my contact information and immediately headed for work. Director Matsuo, I'm sorry I was late this morning.
You goddamn useless piece of shit. You can't even do your job properly, and you have the guts to be late, eh?
As expected, bro was freaking fuming.
What time do you think it freaking is?
11 o'clock, sir.
Our company's working hours are from 9 to 6. You're late by 2 damn hours. You're taking your job lightly, are you?
I'm sure I explained it on the phone, sir. A man collapsed before me on my way to work and...
Damn you. Junior high school dropouts don't even properly understand how bad it is to be late for work, do they?
I accept that I'm at fault for this situation. But is it necessary to yell so much, sir?
What are you trying to say?
I merely think it's a bit overboard to yell at me like you're lecturing a slave of sorts.
Rosie, you little punk. You got the nerve to make a fool of your own dear boss, eh?
Director Matsuo, calm down. Hiroshi was asked to accompany the paramedics and the patient to the hospital.
Etta?
The circumstances were what they were, so maybe we could overlook the situation this time around.
Oh ho ho, looky here. Now you've come to say shit too.
He's an excellent employee who always puts in a gargantuan amount of effort. There are many things that we can learn from him as colleagues.
So?
Huh?
You think you can get away with what he did by detecting him like that? Well, the moment you go against me, your boss boy, you're also an accessory to a sin.
I just want to continue working for Hiroshi is all, sir.
Shut up.
Eesh.
Etta, it's alright.
Well, if you want to quit the company instead of him, you can complain to me as much as you want, you know?
Oh, please.
Director Matsuo, he's taking out your frustrations on Etta. He's not involved.
Annoying little earthworm, aren't you? Still complaining at this stage, eh? There's no point in talking about this anymore. Shouldn't have hired someone with zoo animal level education in the first place.
Director Matsuo, I
don't want to see your face anymore. I despise high school dropouts. Just quit already.
Without even trying to listen to my side of the story, Matsuo unilaterally humiliated me with insults and abuse. I had an urge to quit my job, and my spirit was completely broken with that. Understood, sir. I'll be quitting at the end of this month.
Hiroshi!
You really want to leave as soon as possible, honestly. But I guess I can give you one last favor. The labor standards are such ridiculous little bitches right now anyway.
I'll hand over my work to Mr. Etta here. Thank you for everything thus far.
Yeah.
That night. Etta, bro, thanks for coming for me today.
That's fine and all, but are you actually quitting the company?
Well, if I was told to quit, I really have no choice but to do so.
I can't accept this. I'm going to protest again tomorrow.
No, you won't. We both know he won't listen. And there's no need for you to quit either, Etta.
Honestly, it might have been a golden chance to quit a black enterprise. This is the worst. I should have said what I wanted to say more strongly today.
Dude, you were the only one on my side.
I don't know if our department would function properly if you were gone, bro.
If you still here and all our seniors, you'll be fine for sure.
I hope we become friends even after you quit the company, dude. We're friends far more than we are colleagues in my eyes, after all.
After that, I handed my responsibilities in the company over to Etta as I continued working as usual. And at the end of the month, I retired from the company I had worked for 3 years. Matsuo, with a triumphant look on his face, confronted me with an attitude that seemed to say, "Get the frick out already."
Even if you're not here, there are plenty of people to replace you.
Well then, I'm off.
After all, a college degree is the best.
A month passed since then, and I've been taking my ill mother periodically to the hospital and helped her with her housework. Fortunately, I have a decent amount of savings. I let time pass thinking I could look for a new job a little further down the road.
Excuse me for the sudden message. Is this the phone number of one Mr. Shogo Hiroshi?
Yes, it is.
My name is Sudo. The other day you helped me tremendously at the station.
Oh, it's you, sir.
I got a note from my doctor with your contact information. And I took the liberty of messaging you like this.
Come to think of it, I completely forgot about the note.
Thank you so much for helping me. I dare not think what would have happened if you hadn't been there, Mr. Hiroshi.
How are you feeling, sir?
Actually, I have a chronic illness, and I collapsed from a cardiac seizure that day.
Is that so?
I was scolding a young man and I got so excited. That's what caused the seizure, you see?
I'm glad you recovered, sir.
I'm sorry for the late message. I was hospitalized up until yesterday.
Oh no, you need not worry about it so much.
By the way, it seems that the young man who repeatedly caused trouble at the station was arrested a week ago.
Excuse me?
My grandson told me. And it turns out he was a YouTuber who did that kind of prank-like thing. And someone who was there that day recorded everything and posted on social media, which caused a firestorm and led to his arrest.
I see. I'm glad that he got what he deserved, but I'm more glad that you're all well now, sir.
If you don't mind, son, I'd like the person to thank you. I'll treat you to a meal at my favorite restaurant.
Are you sure? You just got out of the hospital. I couldn't indulge.
I've recuperated well at the hospital, son, don't worry.
Well, I'm always available nowadays, so whenever it's convenient for you, I'll be there.
I'll see you at the Ristorante MoniRobo at 7 p.m. in 3 days.
I went to the designated restaurant at the designated time. That's when I met Mr. Pseudo once again. His complexion had improved hugely, and he struck me as a friendly, talkative old man. The waitress showed us to our seats, and as soon as I sat down, Mr. Pseudo immediately handed me his business card. Managing Director of Rookie Trading Company Ltd? Mr. Pseudo, are you one of those big-shot businessmen?
Oh, Lord. I'm flattered to hear that sort of talk about me.
Rookie Trading is a fairly well-known large conglomerate, sir. There are just so many students nowadays who want to land a job there.
They certainly do say that. I'm so grateful for that.
Damn me, man. When he collapsed, I called him an old man in such a nonchalant, familiar way.
You saved my life. I'd be so happy if you treated me like a friend.
But you're my senior in life, and I mustn't treat you equally.
Is that so?
And besides, Rookie Trading is my former workplace's largest client.
Your former workplace? How do you mean?
Oh,
Come to think of it, you did say you were always available nowadays. Don't tell me things have gotten so complicated for you since we met.
well, so much has happened. As I enjoyed a wonderful meal, Mr. Pseudo asked me about my work and what happened. I initially hesitated about confessing or not, but since I already did quit, I left no detail untold.
So that's what happened. I'm really sorry. You ended up becoming unemployed as a consequence of me and my health.
Perish the thought. It's not your fault, sir.
But maybe it was good that you quit. That boss was completely in the wrong.
My ex-boss is so rough with people that he drove everyone to exhaustion. I was worried that anyone might collapse if we continued on like this. Mr. Pseudo,
So Rosie, son, what are your special skills?
pardon?
What kind of job did you have before you quit?
Programming and web design? I studied those at a vocational training school.
This is just a suggestion, but...
And it's been 3 months since I had dinner with Mr. Pseudo at that restaurant. As I was preparing various things exactly as he advised, a certain person called me in a huge panic. Hello? This is Hiroshi.
Please come back to the office.
Hello? Who is this?
It's me, Matsuo, buddy.
Oh, it's been a while, sir. I'm sorry, but I'm busy as of now, so I'll hang up.
Wait a second.
I understand. Please keep it short.
Yesterday, Mr. Pseudo, the executive director of Rookie Trading, came to the office and demanded that we terminate our contracts.
Mr. Pseudo did?
As such, our contract with you will end at the end of this month.
Oh, please, Mr. Pseudo, a moment. Such a sudden request would be troublesome.
I heard that your company here treats your employees extremely poor.
What?
Rookie Trading values its employees above all else. Without them, business wouldn't get done after all.
Same here, sir. We properly train our employees.
But why did you push them to resign voluntarily?
Him, sir? I haven't the slightest idea.
You don't even know what I'm referring to. We can't do business any longer.
What's going on? Why did this have to happen?
What on earth do I have to do with all of that?
We'll be signing a new contract with a former employee of yours who worked under your supervision. That's what he freaking said, dude.
What is with that tone of voice?
Shut the hell up. We both know full well the former employee he referred to is you.
Well, yes, you're absolutely right.
Explain what's going on. Right now.
Mr. Pseudo suggested I start my own business, you see.
What?
He evaluated my abilities, and we made a mutual agreement to form a business partnership with Rookie Trading and myself. And I'm right in the middle of starting the company up, you see.
What the hell?
According to Mr. Pseudo, I have what it takes to run a company. That's what he so kindly said to me.
No way. 25-year-old high school dropout as a company president?
Of course, it would be difficult for me to do it alone, so I invited my old colleague, Mr. Eda.
Are you planning to poach our employees?
When I was working there, I undeniably worked hard and steady. I slowly but surely won the trust of my clients to the point that the trust was astounding. Thanks to that, all my old clients that I acquired when I was an employee have said that they want to sign a contract with my company. Matsuo seemed very frustrated over the phone, uttering things about how he never thought that someone he looked down on as a high school dropout with a low education would start a business. He must be filled with disbelief. His voice was trembling. It's quite easy to imagine that he was panicking. Then, when I told him how I met Mr. Pseudo,
I heard about it from the man himself. Do you relate that day because you were taking care of Mr. Pseudo, eh?
it was a good idea to have taken a course in AED operating just in case.
Why didn't you tell me as Mr. Pseudo that you helped?
I tried explaining the situation to you, but you wouldn't listen, would you?
That's... well...
You just yelled your lungs at blood red at me, and I was at my physical and mental limit. You hated me after all.
Ugh!
To be honest, your work environment is a complete and utter sham. Everyone is in terrible shape because of a boss who only forces work on his subordinates.
What would a window-side maggot like you know?
I've worked backbreakingly for 3 long years, and one sees things after that amount of time.
Since Mr. Pseudo became the executive director, we've been quite favored in business. If the contract is terminated like this, what would happen to us all?
If people found out that their business partner were treating their employees so damn poorly, they would be shocked, evidently.
It had been going well up until now, and yet...
Mr. Matsuo, you have to post job information properly. There's no end to people being fooled like myself and Etta.
Shut up! It's the people who got fooled who are at fault.
When I was fired, I was devastated and thought, well, it's over for me. But now, I'm glad I quit.
Do you plan on coming back?
No, sir. Thank you so much for firing me.
You goddamn bastard!
My bastard father ran off all the money stowed away from me, and everything was ruined. My mother was temporarily shot in the heart, and life thereafter was so hard. But now that I'm adult, I've met someone who looks after me, really, and I no longer think life isn't worth it. To Etta, who protected me, to Mr. Pseudo, who discovered my talent for business, I have nothing but gratitude.
You scum! You underestimate me!
I'm not trying to provoke you, but I'm sorry if you took it that way.
That kind of talk is just making me want to break a window.
I don't want to hear that from you, of all people, who always acted all high and mighty.
What the?
You probably don't know. How much do you think your subordinates hate you?
I don't care about that. Someone like you starts a business, it's bound to fail.
Oh, is that so?
You'll definitely regret this decision one day. I should have apologized to my old boss and got my old job back, like...
I don't care about your sore loser attitude, Mr. Matsuo.
Sore loser?
This is the pride of a high school dropout. Besides, you can't survive if you only care about your academic background. By graduating from a top university, you just tell your subordinates what to do, and don't actually do anything yourself, do you?
What?
You stole all the credit from your subordinates and got your current position by force, didn't you?
Hey, a 20-something brat is gonna scream at me? I'd rather drink bleach.
Shut the freak up!
Oh yeah.
You're always complaining to others and never look at yourself objectively. It's douchebag people like you that never allows black enterprises to fade away.
Ugh.
I have nothing else to say to you. Do not contact me again.
Wait, please, please!
Learn from others' mistake, old gas bag. Toodles! Later on, Etta, among other former colleagues and seniors who had helped me during my time at the company, quit one after another. There was almost no one left to turn to for some kind of comeback. Matsuo himself bowed his head in apology, and tried hard to get the contract to be renewed, but he couldn't stop the contract from being terminated. My former workplace went bankrupt.
It wasn't supposed to be like this. I was just trading my subordinates. Better the company.
Matsuo's efforts were all for naught, and as of now, he's unemployed. Though I've told me, I've been patient with you this far only because you made a good living, but you're no longer of any use to me. Just can't with an old-fashioned, patriarchal, ancient fossil like you. Quite the divorce spree, it seems. Moreover,
that's too much, Mr. President. Why do you push everything onto me? It's all Shogo Hiroshi's fault. Everything. All of this is his fault.
apparently, the company filed a lawsuit against him, saying that he was responsible for the bankruptcy because you made Mr. Pseudo angry. Unable to afford to hire a lawyer, it now seems that he's working day and night in a harsh environment to pay off his debts to the company and to his wife. There are rumors that he might even disappear altogether. The work is so hard.
Mr. Shogo! Is the business running smoothly?
It's on track, thanks to you, sir.
The fact that you paid off the money you borrowed to start a company just a few months after starting it. Impressive! You have quite the skill to take bold action. I was right after all. Nah, who am I kidding?
Truly, though, it's all thanks to you, Mr. Pseudo.
Also, I hear the key people at your old workplace are working with you now.
Many of them came to me thanks to your advice, sir.
You're very good people, my boy.
Thank you so much, sir.
I merely reached out to a promising young man who saved my life.
Once again, I look forward to working with you, sir.
Likewise, son. Well, I have high hopes for you.
President Hiroshi, we're counting on you.
Stop calling me that. It sounds so wrong. I'm also relying on you, Etta, so do your best, alright?
Hell yeah, brother.
I met a senior in life in a truly unexpected way, and became company president at a young age in my mid-20s. I'm never alone. With my friends and colleagues, I can overcome even the toughest obstacles. I'll live my life without neglecting my efforts and without forgetting humility. Now I can finally repay my mother for all she's done for me. When I get home, I'll show her the travel brochures and we'll decide where to go. I'm so excited for our trip together.